Oops. Up off that. Yeah. Up off that. What's up, my people? This is Showbiz, the adult. All right, man. Look. Who do we have here? What's going on? BK, what's going on with your brother? Just Blaze, what's going on with you? Who else we got up in here? Who else we got? Crypto, what's going? Whoops! Hey man, look, everybody. First, I want to say this, dude. Ryan Garcia, please. Please don't let this be happening. Look. I'm gonna do it like this. I'm really gonna do it like this. I'm just hearing, okay, through the grapevine that it sounds like it may just be an exhibition. Ryan Garcia versus Manny Pacquiao. When I'm trying to reach out to sources, no one really knows. Hit the Tyson Bell. So we can't talk about it as if it is fact, but we have to talk about it as if it's an option. Now, look, we're going to talk about it from many different ways. We also have to talk about Anthony AJ Joshua and Tyson the Gypsy King Fury. We're still hyped about that. The undisputed lineal heavyweight champion matchup. It looks like that is really going down. We know it was practically a done deal. But Bob Arum, he sent the contracts to Eddie Hearn. They're going to go through their first little wave of contract signing, going back and forth, make sure that the contracts are nice and tight. We're going to talk about that too. Just a few little announcements here. For the Canelo Alvarez versus Yildirim fight, we all know that fight is going on late next month, February. What's that, 27th or something like that? We're gonna have that fight. The undercard, one of my favorite fighters right now, Julio Cesar Martinez, flyweight. He will be taking on Mick Williams, Arroyo. Right now, Mick Williams Arroyo. This guy, he's been around for a while. Puerto Rican fighter. The guy is good. All right, hard puncher. I forget his record, but I do remember him fighting Roman Gonzalez, Chocolatito, hit the Tyson Bell. That's back before Roman had his 2 losses with Rung Vasai. I forget what year it was, but he did lose to him. Arroyo is one hell of a fighter. The guy, he beat Quadras, I believe, or it was a close fight. I mean, some people feel that Quadras won, but veteran. I think it's going to be a sensational fight. Julio Cesar Martinez against Mick Williams at Arroyo. I'm very interested in that. Also, they are still talking about the betting odds of Manny Pacquiao versus Conor McGregor. Now it has gone up plus 2,000 after Dustin Poirier knocked out Conor McGregor last weekend. So there, Manny Pacquiao went up plus 2,000 as the favorite. Also, Eddie Hearn. He said that Anthony AJ Joshua will knock out Tyson Gypsy King Fury. So we're going to talk about that. First, before we get to 200, everybody, please hit the like button. We all know once we get to 200, that's when the party starts. Let me read a few of your chats in the war room. Julio is an animal. Absolutely. Yes, sir. McWilliam getting some respect. Thanks, Biz. Oh, yeah, the guy's a beast. Facts. AJ will KO Fury plus 2,000. Should be 20,000. Cap. I don't know what cap is. Fake news, no validation from Manny's camp. Fake news. What? I mean, no one has said that it was. See, when people say fake news, I don't think you understand what fake news mean. Is it fake news that Ryan Garcia said that they're working on a fight between him and Manny Pacquiao? No, Ryan Garcia said that. Look, it's kind of like me, you guys watching me on live stream. Fake news, you watch Showbiz Adult. No, I do watch Showbiz Adult. Ryan, when we give the news, when we report the news, we're reporting what Ryan is saying or what's going on in the news. Now, we never said, or I'm not sure, anyone who says that the fight is made, that's fake news. But the fight being spoken about and being hyped up and being negotiated, that's real news. All right, so I don't think you understand fake news me. The F is going to handle, TF is going to handle, Tyson Fury is going to handle AJ, but it's not easy work. I like how you said that. Hit the Tyson bell. When people start saying something is easy work. Okay, we got 200 people in here. Look, let's talk about, everybody hit the like button, please. Only take a second. It's not that hard. Just hit the like button. Should Manny be stripped? Well, we don't know, T. So let's talk about everything. You know, I can't say Manny should be stripped right now off of a rumor. We don't really know. But let's talk about what should cause for him to get stripped and all these things. Look, like I said in my shoot the jab video, I think Ryan Garcia versus Manny Pacquiao was a no-brainer for Ryan Garcia. Everybody, go to busr.com/showbiz. Thank you so much, BK. Go there if you want to place a bet on your favorite fights. We got Caleb Plant and Caleb Truex going on this weekend. I'll definitely be calling that. So place a bet on that if you like. Biz already shared to you the team pack statement. Yeah. Not only did you share it, many people shared it, and I saw it on my own, right? But here's the thing. When it comes to that fight, Ryan Garcia wanting to fight Manny Pacquiao, it's a no-brainer. He should want to look. If it for everyone saying that Ryan Garcia is ducking Tank Davis for taking on Manny Pacquiao, that's insanity, right? If it's a real fight, Ryan Garcia taking on Manny Pacquiao, that's not ducking Tank. How many of you guys believe that? So we can discuss that in the war room. How many in the war room believe if you were not an exhibition, if it's a real fight, taking on Manny Pacquiao was ducking Tank? How many of you guys feel that way? How can you duck Tank over Pac? I'm asking. He's ducking. It's a duck. Can I bet no chicken fights at BUSR? Bet on chicken fights at BUSR. Are you an idiot? I agree, Biz. Not ducking. Not a duck. Right. It's not a duck. Okay. People who call it a duck either hate Ryan Garcia or love Tank or just, it's just one of those guys, one of those people. And I'm talking to you. If you think Ryan Garcia, and it's funny. I've received DMs and I received emails, and I had to school some of you, show business partners. Hey, Ryan Garcia is ducking Tank. They bring up race. Him taking on Manny Pacquiao is ducking him. Okay, Errol Spence didn't fight Terrence Crawford. Errol Spence want to fight Manny Pacquiao. He doesn't want to fight Terrence Crawford. He want to fight Manny Pacquiao first. That's different. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. Keith Thurman wanted to fight Floyd Money Mayweather instead of Porter when Floyd was still around. When you have a great fighter like Manny Pacquiao, if you're Errol Spence, yes, get him before he go. That's a huge, big mega fight, and the torch is passed to you. Don't be an idiot and biased and let your biasness just make you look stupid. Be consistent. And that makes sense. Terrence Bud Crawford, he wants Manny Pacquiao. Who doesn't? Hit the Tyson bell. Who doesn't? Errol offered the fight to Bud. He just want the A side. Did Errol offer the fight to Bud? See, now you're capping. He didn't offer the fight to Bud. He said verbally, hey, it's going to have to be 70-30. There wasn't no, like what's going on with Anthony Joshua and Fury, that's an offer. Just talking is just talking. Errol Spence is just throwing it out there. Right? Haney versus Lomachenko. Yeah, let's stay on topic. I hope you're not okay with the exhibition. We're not there yet. Of course not. I think you came in late. Of course not. We're not there yet. Okay. I don't know why people would think I'll be okay with the exhibition. Now, look. So Ryan Garcia wanting Manny Pacquiao now, instead of going, him wanting Manny Pacquiao now doesn't mean he doesn't want Tank for the rest of his life. Tank is 26 years old. You have 2 to 3 fights you can have every year. Him fighting Manny Pacquiao now doesn't mean he fights him and retire. That's the only thing he can do. No, just like Errol Spence wanting Manny Pacquiao. You want to fight him? He'll fight Terrence later. All right. If you, how about this? Let's do it like this. If you're Ryan Garcia, I want to ask you guys a question. Okay. If you're Ryan Garcia and somebody offers you a Ferrari, all right? And somebody else offers you a Lamborghini, okay? Now, Lamborghini being more expensive than a Ferrari. And you have a choice. Either you can accept the Ferrari and ignore the Lamborghini, or get the Lamborghini now and have the Ferrari later too. What will you do? Have both? If I grab the Lamborghini first, I can also grab the Ferrari further down the road and I have both cars. Or grab the Ferrari now and lose the Lamborghini. Which one would you do? Which one would you do? Yeah, T. That's easy. That's just not being idiotic. That's easy. What if everybody is pressuring you? Whoever you are. Hey, you better grab that Ferrari now or else you don't really want it. Dude, if I get the Lamborghini now, I get the Ferrari too. Well, you don't really want it if you don't get the Ferrari now because I want you to grab the Ferrari now. Don't do it for them. Not for them. Everybody wants to see you in that Lamborghini. They'll be just fine. Get the Lamborghini and get the Ferrari. Okay, that's obvious. My man said duck because he can't. Everybody who's saying duck, I'm just a troll. I just can't think with common sense. But to the men and women here, to the real ones here, you understand that. Now, I don't have a problem with Ryan Garcia in that regard. My problem would be different weight class. That happens. Canelo, Alvarez, Floyd. It's funny. When people talk about different weight classes and talk about things, when it comes to their favorite fighters, though, they want their favorite fighters to get love for it. So, hey, Ryan Garcia, Manny Pacquiao, different weight classes. Well, Canelo Alvarez fought Floyd Mayweather at a catch weight. That was even worse because Floyd fought at 154 before, gaining a title at 154, but he didn't want to fight at 154 for Canelo. Canelo fought at a catch weight. That's even worse. But nobody wants to be consistent. And then once you catch them, trip them up, they bring up racism. DP, I think he ducked. How not when he called him out over different platforms, but takes another fight, or just because it's a bigger fight, it's not a duck. Absolutely, because it's a bigger fight, it's not a duck. All right? Look, this DP, listen to what you said. I think it's a duck. How not when he called him out? I think it's a duck. Why? Ryan Garcia called him out. That's your first sentence. But he took a legend icon, Manny Pacquiao. He wants him first and then Tank. He's ducking. That makes zero sense. Manny Pacquiao, Ryan Garcia calls out Tank. He calls him out. I want Tank. Manny Pacquiao comes and he's just, or Manny Pacquiao, he brought up that he wanted Manny Pacquiao too, and he wanted Devin Haney. That Manny Pacquiao fight is thrown on the table from maybe Oscar De La Hoya or something. Hey, I think we could make that Manny Pacquiao fight happen. Oh, man, let's do that. Tank is 26. By the time I get my ass whooped by Manny Pacquiao, I'll be that much of a better fighter and be more prepared for Tank. It's a win-win for me. I don't think people thinking about it all the way. I don't think people think about it all the way. Now, listen. My problem is this. My criticism does not go towards Ryan Garcia here. I know he got you all hyped up. You got blue balls because he said I wanted Tank. But then Manny Pacquiao, come on. Come on. Look, let me tell you something. If Deontay Wilder wanted Tyson Fury, what I have to do is I have to grab your favorite fighters and kind of make you think, because when it comes to somebody else you hate, it's hard for you to think right. So let's talk about Wilder for some of you who don't get it. If Deontay Wilder was trying to fight Tyson Fury, said, I want Tyson Fury, I want Tyson Fury, but then Mike Tyson is thrown on the table, Deontay Wilder's fighting him, bro. And Mike Tyson, 54. If Mike Tyson is thrown on the table and Deontay Wilder said, hey, we're going to fight Mike Tyson pay-per-view. Nope, you'll be a fool not to say Deontay Wilder should take on Mike Tyson. Of course. Of course. And then he fight Tyson Fury later. Of course. If Errol the True Spence said, I want Terrence Bud Crawford, and then Floyd Mayweather comes out of retirement and Floyd Mayweather says, hey, I want Errol Spence pay-per-view, of course. All of you Errol Spence fans would be salivating over it. The only reason I'm fired up right now is because you can't use common sense when it comes to your favorite, and they don't know you. They don't care about you, and you lose your mind when it comes to just being having common sense. So same for Ryan Garcia. I want Tank. Manny Pacquiao's there, of course. Use your common sense. Now, my thing is this. Right, you're comparing champions to Ryan. You're still not thinking. My man said you're comparing champions to Ryan. Look, so Ryan shouldn't want it? Ryan should want it. If he's a champion or not, Ryan should want it. If Errol Spence wasn't champion and had the opportunity for Floyd, he should want it. It's not about Ryan being a champion or not. Now you're talking about Manny Pacquiao. If Manny Pacquiao should accept Ryan, you don't know what you should be mad at. It's Manny Pacquiao. Why should Manny Pacquiao fight a non-champion? Not why should Ryan want Manny. That's where I'm going. We all understand why Ryan wants Manny. Now it's Manny Pacquiao that's the problem. Manny Pacquiao shouldn't want Ryan Garcia. Manny Pacquiao shouldn't even think about Ryan Garcia. Manny Pacquiao should be taking on Errol the True Spence or Terrence Bud Crawford. Your hate is not allowing you to know who to be angry at. It's Manny Pacquiao, bro. I was never mad at Canelo Alvarez for wanting Floyd. Never. Will you say Ryan has the same advantages against Pac at 5'6"? No, because Pac-Man fights differently. Styles make fights, not height make fights, okay? Styles make fights. So if you have a Frazier, Mike Tyson style, you'll do better against, I keep telling people, Tank Davis is a counter puncher. He's different. Manny Pacquiao is aggressive with quick feet and speed. That's different. I ain't saying height make fights. Style make fights. So when you got Tank Davis with that style on with the height disadvantage, that's what does it. You got to think about what I'm saying. Not that height make fights. I think you guys really got too dialed into the height part when I was talking about that argument. I think that the 5'10" to 5'5" is an issue for somebody who's the counterpuncher who plots. That's what I'm saying. So here's the thing. When it comes to Manny Pacquiao, though, Manny Pacquiao said, Ryan Garcia is like my son. That's like fighting a kid. Manny Pacquiao said that's like fighting a kid. He said, if I fought him, it'd have to be an exhibition or something like that. Man said Pac should fight Boots. That's the dumbest fight I ever heard. Manny Pacquiao said fighting Ryan Garcia, okay, it's like fighting one of my kids. I have a son that age. He said if I were to fight him, it had to be an exhibition. With that said, With that said, please let this fight not happen. If Manny Pacquiao will only fight Ryan Garcia as an exhibition, that'd be one of the worst things I've ever seen. When you have two fighters who are both busy. I mean, there's two fighters who are actually fighting right now. Neither one retired. They're fighting. And Manny Pacquiao has work to do. He's a super WBA champion. And he has work to do to unify, or at least have that opportunity of unification against Errol Spence and Terrence Bud Crawford. Doesn't do that. You have Ryan Garcia, who's the WBC interim champion, mandated to take on Devin the Dream Haney. And Ryan Garcia, who called out Tank Davis. And Ryan Garcia, who in his division has an undisputed champion in Teofimo Lopez. Ryan Garcia chooses an exhibition, not a real fight, an exhibition with Manny Pacquiao. Both of them. That's criminal. That's stealing money. That is, I've know what, that'll be a one of a kind. I've never seen anything like that before. At that point, I've never seen anything like that before. And quite frankly, you're right. When somebody said Manny's a duck, you're right. If they're both ducking, if it's for exhibition, I'm straight. If it's for exhibition, they're both ducking. If it's a real fight, Ryan ain't ducking nobody. If it's a real fight, yeah, you better fight that icon, Ryan. You just got blessed. If it's a real fight, you take the opportunity to fight Manny Pacquiao. Oh, yes. If it's a real look, if Andre Ward comes back and he's not ranked at all, and Caleb Plant has an opportunity to fight Andre Ward, you take that. Forget David Benavidez. You take that, bro. 100%. 100%. If Ryan Garcia has the opportunity to fight Manny Pacquiao, you take that. But Manny Pacquiao, if it's a real fight and you fight Ryan Garcia, yes, you did not want the smoke with Terrence Crawford and Errol the True Spence. That's just it. Hit the Tyson bell. That's it. And I love me some Manny Pacquiao, but I judge him all the same, bro. When Floyd Mayweather didn't fight Keith one time, and took on Conor McGregor, and then went on to take on Andre Berto, I said, oh, hell no. So that's Duck Nation right there. Now, we first heard that it was possibly an exhibition from Gervonta Tank Davis. I didn't know if Tank was capping or not. I still don't know if it's exhibition or not. We'll just have to see. I am suspecting that it's not a real fight with Ryan Garcia and Manny Pacquiao. I'm suspecting that. I could be wrong. The reason why I'm suspecting that is because of the actions of Ryan Garcia. Everybody hit the like button. There's 700 people in here, only 215 likes. Please hit the like button. The actions of Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia's on Instagram, keep calling it a dream. I've been blessed. And remember on ESPN or Jalen and Jacoby, remember when he said, man, dude, I just enjoy getting punched in the face, and he was smiling about it. It just didn't, it feels like he's too happy to be here. Ron Brown. Thanks for the super chat, Rob. It feels like he's too happy to be here. It feels like this isn't a real fight. At that point, it's really a stinker. It's really a downer for boxing fans, okay? You cannot have this exhibition. And for real, I'm totally against it. You cannot have this exhibition over what can possibly happen. What's up, Showbiz? We got busy in them emails, huh? Ronald Big. yeah, you had me all wrong, man. You had me all wrong. Thanks for the emails. We'll talk about what Ronald said Ronald Big Don said to me in my emails in a minute. But look, in the bank, we cannot have that as an exhibition. And someone brought up, should Manny Pacquiao, T said, should Manny Pacquiao be stripped of his title? Here's the thing. When it comes to the Super WBA title, and like I keep telling you guys, like I've told you guys before, that title is like the franchise title. It's the same thing. There's no mandatories, which is why Manny can hold on to the title and talk about fighting McGregor, talk about fighting Ryan Garcia. He could just do whatever he wants. There's no mandatories, okay? So you guys got to understand what the Super WBA title really is. The Super WBA, the WBA said that they would not strip Manny, but instead they would dissolve the title and there'll be no Super WBA champion at welterweight. New member, boy. What's going on, rival? All right. So there'll be no Super WBA champion at welterweight. It just get dissolved, and Ugas would be the acting champion, and Errol the True Spence or Terrence Bud Crawford will have to fight Ugas to unify. All right. So that's what would happen. Should he be stripped now? They should start thinking, right? If it's an exhibition with Ryan Garcia, that's it, bro. I mean, and my thing with Manny Pacquiao is this. If you're not going to fight, don't fight. If you're going to fight, fight. That's my problem. That's my problem. DP for the community. Hit the Tyson Bell. That's my problem. If you're going to fight, fight. If you're not going to fight, don't fight. Don't hit me with the in-between. Not when you're an active fighter. Don't hit me with the in-between. You can try to hit me with the in-between when you're retired or whatever, and we want to see you back out there with headgear or something like that. But don't hit me with the in-between when you're an active fighter and we can see work get done. And the work doesn't have to get done for Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao is already a living legend. The work just got to be done, period, in the welterweight division. Belts got to move. When I was talking about Keith one time, Thurman, when he was holding on to the titles and he wasn't fighting anybody, he was holding up the division. As of right now, Keith one time, Thurman is Manny Pacquiao. Hit the Tyson Bell. He wanted to fight Conor McGregor. Conor McGregor, Dustin Poirier saved us. Thank you, Dustin Poirier. He saved us by knocking out Conor McGregor. And now he's talking about, Ryan Garcia. If it's a real fight, I'll watch it. I definitely would. If it's a real fight, I'm definitely watching it for 100%. And I won't blame Ryan Garcia at all. You fight the icon. That's what you do. Manny Pacquiao, I'll criticize him, though. I won't complain so much because I'll watch the fight. But I criticize him. You should be fighting. How did Ryan Garcia get a shot at you over Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford? That is a slap in the face of those boys. Because my thing is this. When Manny Pacquiao was a legend, Manny Pacquiao has been a legend for a long time. Manny Pacquiao was a legend when Keith one time Thurman wanted to fight him back then. He was a legend when Terrence Bud Crawford was calling him out. Terrence Bud Crawford was a Ryan Garcia at some point, calling him out. How did Ryan Garcia get the opportunity over Terrence Bud Crawford? This is all from Manny Pacquiao's perspective. Little 23-year-old Ryan, of course he wants Manny Pacquiao. Of course. Why wouldn't you? Of course. That is super, super duper stardom. If Ryan Garcia were to beat Manny Pacquiao, something crazy like that, oh my God. I'm gonna go one time. I'm gonna go a little bit further. With you guys. To let you know it's not a Ryan Garcia thing. If there was a Gervonta Tank Davis versus Manny Pacquiao fight, would you watch it? Just hit me with the yes. Even the Ryan Garcia haters or whoever, hit me with the yes or no. If there was a Gervonta, if you knew that Tank Davis was taking on Manny Pacquiao in a real fight, would you watch it? Yes, you would. We watch Tank versus Gamboa. We wouldn't just watch it. We'll be hyped up, bro. We watched Tank versus Gamboa. We watched Tank versus Leo Santa Cruz. Pay-per-view. You're going to watch Tank versus Manny Pacquiao, so stop being biased. You're going to watch Ryan Garcia versus Pacquiao, the same thing. Thanks for the super chat. It's the same thing. You want to know why it's the same thing? Because we want to watch Tank versus Garcia. So the problem wouldn't be with Garcia. The problem wouldn't be with Tank. The problem is Manny Pacquiao. The problem is Manny Pacquiao ducking Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford. And how many of you guys know how much I have gone in for Manny, talking about how great Manny Pacquiao is? So everybody, all of my Filipino show business partners, don't go flipping on me because, hey, you're black and American. You're hating on Pacquiao now. Don't do that. Don't go, don't do that. Okay, all of you, don't do that. Don't do that. Okay, because you guys are the same people that clap when I'm criticizing and I'm just running off on Floyd Mayweather. So don't do that. The War Room, this Showbiz adult community is an unbiased community. It's an unbiased community. If I can talk badly about Floyd Mayweather, I can talk badly about Manny Pacquiao. If I'm unbiased for talking badly about Floyd, I'm unbiased for talking badly about Manny Pacquiao. And let me tell you something. There is no other way to look at it other than if Manny Pacquiao takes Ryan Garcia over Errol Spence or Terrence Bud Crawford, it's a duck. He didn't want the smoke. There was no other way to look at it. I know that because I've consistently said that when Floyd Mayweather took on Berto instead of Thurman, that was a duck. The hurtful truth. Yeah. Yeah. I may get some dislikes and I may get a couple people, hey, I'm about to unsubscribe. Ah! I know how y'all be. I know Showbiz used to be unbiased. I used to like him. When did he flip on us? Nah, man. It's consistency. I have a feeling Ryan's youth conditioning might wear Pac down after watching the Thurman fight if Ryan shows his Rocky focus. I feel you, Tion, but Pacquiao beat his ass. Pacquiao will whoop the hell out of him. Now, Ryan, that's horrible for Pacquiao would crush his face, bro. If not, then Pacquiao is done. And he knew he shouldn't have fought Errol Spence. If Ryan Garcia were to beat I don't care if Pacquiao 88 years old. If Ryan Garcia beats Manny Pacquiao, that guy is finished. And he should have laced up a pair of gloves. If Ryan beats hell no. I'm not hearing. If Lil Ryan beats Manny Pacquiao, bro, come on, man. Come on, man. My man come in late. It's not finalized. We already know that. We've been talking about this for a half hour now. We already know that. Wait a minute. Let me read some of your chats in the war room. What's the weight agreement? We don't know yet. There's a lot we don't know. We don't even know if it's exhibition. Yo, Biz, you are forgetting the bag. The bag is bigger for Pacquiao fighting Ryan. Common men, I love you, bro. But I don't care about the bag. Look, hold on, dog. Hold on, dog. hold on. Manny might not be the same fighter he used to be, but he still beats most of these cats with maybe the exception of Crawford. Absolutely. Absolutely. Hey, look. And I don't think he beats Errol Spence either. Look, the bag. Let's talk about the bag. Logan Paul and Floyd is for the bag. I'm not excited about watching that fight. I'm going to do it because it's my job, but it's for the bag. Yeah. It's a huge bag. Conor McGregor versus Floyd, that was for the bag more than Floyd and Thurman. And as a fan, still rather watch Thurman versus Floyd. So okay, if you want to talk about what helps Pacquiao, oh yeah, not the same. Why not? It is the same. You're talking about the bag, solely the bag. If you want to talk solely the bag, there's a lot of bags that has happened that was bigger. The bag, yeah. Now, if hold on real quick. We're going on, brother. AJ Fury, Pac taking someone to school. Yeah, yes, Lord. If Pac doesn't want to fight Spencer Bud, he should drop the belts. Yep. However, there is something kind of weak about two prime fighters chasing an inactive 42-year-old and not each other. No. It's there's nothing weak about that, because if you're Errol Spence and you're Manny Pacquiao, like you said, he owns a piece of the belts. He got the Super WBA title, and Manny Pacquiao just beat Keith Thurman. It's not like Manny Pacquiao's been out. He didn't fight anybody. His last fight was Adrian Broner. No, he beat Keith one-time Thurman and beat him out of his belt. It's a Tyson belt. There's nothing really weak about that. On top of that, what would Errol Spence and Terrence Bud Crawford rather fight? Well, who would they rather fight? Manny Pacquiao for the coming off of a victory against Keith Thurman and having a Super BA title, or saying, you know what, I love you, Manny. I don't want to hurt you, so I want you to retire, and then I fight Ugas. Common Man was just talking about the bag. Hey, I'd rather fight Ugas. No. No. Facts are in the bank. Hit the Tyson bell. Now, if you're talking about Manny Pacquiao, back to what Common Man was talking about, if you're talking about Manny Pacquiao getting to the bag, of course, Manny versus Ryan Garcia, that's a lot of money, and it's a high reward, low risk. Yes, Common Man, a fight with Ryan Garcia's huge reward, low risk, which is the Mayweather effect, which doesn't help the sport of boxing. So what I'm criticizing Manny Pacquiao for is the same thing I've criticized Floyd for. High reward, low risk fights. Yeah, great businessman. I watch savagery. I watch fights. I'm not really into watching businessmen. So as a fan, I get the business move. Yeah. But it doesn't make me excited knowing that Manny got to the bag. I know a lot of people who get to I can watch Donald Trump get to the bag. If you want me to watch people get to the bag, I can just turn to whatever, MSNBC, and watch somebody get to the bag. I can watch the stock market. In the bank. I'm talking about me. For the community. All these businessmen want to be fighters now. Well, what was that old saying? I was watching the fight and the hockey game broke out. It had that reverse appeal in the bank. So Ronald, I want you guys to hear me out here. Rolly could scrap what? You know what? No, I'm not. I think he has huge gaping flaws. Facts is you're biased on issues related to Wilder. That Ducker isn't good for boxing. He hurt boxing and a bit of a hype beast, but it's cool, showbiz. You're pushing boxing in a good way. Hold on. Now listen, this is what Ronald was saying. Listen to this guy. Somebody said I'm biased related to Wilder. Somebody think you got. Listen to these guys. Hey, let's talk about the Wilder, AJ. Let's talk about the heavyweights for a minute. This guy thinks I'm biased for Wilder. That guy, Ronald, who super chatted me, talking about, man, we went back and forth in the email. Ronald thought I'm biased towards Wilder. How many of you right now, Wilder fans, have called me a coon and Uncle Tom for criticizing Wilder as much as I do? Hit me up. Tell me. Say me. Don't make me look too bad now, Biz. No, Ronald, I ain't going to do that. Say me. How many of you? I criticize Wilder so much, people think that I'm a white man. Me, get a Biz, facts. and I always on me. Look at my boys, the war room, keeping it real. Me, Biz. I called you an Uncle Tom. I did. I love that. I love that. Keeping it a buck. Now look, this is what I told Ronald. This is what I told Ronald. It's not me. It's you. It's the fans. Either you love Wilder with all your heart that once you hear somebody criticize them, they're not black anymore. Or you hate Wilder so much that when you hear someone praise him for something, all of a sudden you're blind and biased. If I'm both, bro, I'm unbiased. If I'm an Uncle Tom for criticizing Wilder and I fanboy Wilder, then I'm unbiased. That's no other. I call it down the middle. That's what it is. Ryan Garcia doesn't generate more money in boxing than Spence or Tank. Even Haney makes more than Ryan. All this followers on IG, not into boxing. Oh, that Uno Dos, dope name, by the way. That right there was the realest statement in the world. All of those followers aren't boxing fans. Let me tell you how on point he was. Uno Dos. Let me tell you how on point he was. Let me tell you how on point he was. Remember when I grew my hair out and my beard out and all that, and I look like I can blow a poisonous dart? I'm just in the peeping through the brush and the weeds. Remember that? I look like I was a grassroots soil of the earth. Remember the nappy fro and a beard and all that? Remember that? I was doing that because I wanted you guys to respect me for this. Ricky, hit the Tyson Bale. I wanted you guys. I look like a wolf man. Yeah. I said, forget how I look. But at the same time, that was counterproductive to me growing to be a big channel. Why? Because nobody helps you grow more than women. Even Ms. Biz was like, hey, babe, you better clean up. Show these people what I'm attracted to. Ms. Biz said, you better clean up. We got money to make. I love you to death, baby, but clean up. Look at Ryan. I bet you if Ryan Garcia shows you his analytics of his fan base, not all of them boxing fans, bro. But ain't that a good thing if he puts the fans onto boxing? Yes, hit the Tyson Bale. Absolutely. Absolutely. But let me tell you something. Everybody know. I miss ShowBizz though. Yeah. Me too. Everybody know I'm a huge Marvel comic fan. Is that not obvious? Right? I'm a huge Marvel Comics fan. Is that not obvious? Let me tell you what Marvel Comics did. Remember back in the day when there was Lou Ferrigno and being the Hulk and all those things, and people were making superhero movies? They were making superhero movies how they just wanted to make them. They didn't follow the book, the comics. But Disney, Marvel, what they did was, no, we're going to make the comics for the hardcore fans. The casuals don't know the difference anyway. Why make the X-Men dress in all black? Put Wolverine in his costume. Make Colossus look like Colossus. Angel isn't young. Iceman isn't young. They've been there since the beginning. Make it how it is. Make it for the hardcore fans. The casual is going to come anyway. What my man was saying, what Uno Dos was saying, Errol the True Spence, make the fights happen for the diehards. The casuals are going to come anyway. I don't know why people don't realize that. The casuals are going to come anyway, bro. Am I the only one that knows that? Canelo giving a title shot to someone coming from a loss. Why? You talking about Yildirim? Yildirim is the WBC mandatory. The question that you need answered for you, Ricky, is why did Canelo turn around and fight him so quickly? Canelo just fought like a month and a half ago. Why did he turn around and fight him so quickly? Because he has to fight him because that's his mandatory. So I'm about to just fight him as quickly as possible so I can get to the next one. So what you should be doing is praising Canelo for fighting him so quickly instead of saying, I got a mandatory. Let me wait until the Cinco de Mayo or way later and make everybody wait. And then I have a fight and then I go on vacation again. No, let me fight him, get him out of there before they strip me of my title. And then I have a 2-fight deal so I can fight a real one after that. You're not thinking. Yildirim is his mandatory. Get him out the way. What I loved about it was how quickly he turned around to fight him. So we don't have to wait. All right, Canelo, boom. Now let's get busy. I love it. Don't vacate the title. Fight him, but fight him quick so we can have some real fights in the bank. You're not thinking all the way. Pac passing the torch to Garcia. It should be Spence. You ain't. That's the natural order of things. In the bank. Yeah, T. Use your brain. Now, look, we're running out of time, so let's squeak this in. Let's get this in. Anthony, now, bro, put respect on the mandatory. Well, yeah, but hurry up. Put respect on the mandatory, but hurry up. Look, Anthony AJ Joshua taking on Pulev. Yes, fight Pulev, but hurry it up. Because what we got going on now is in June, undisputed lineal heavyweight champion contest between Fury and Joshua. Who's not hyped for that? Who's not hyped up for that? That's the most important fight in the game. They're sending contracts. Made no sense. Ryan ducks his mandatory. Who is Ryan's mandatory? Hey, check out this guy. Before we get here, check out this guy. This guy put laughing emojis and said, made no sense. Ryan ducks his mandatory. Who is Ryan's mandatory? You got to learn boxing. Who is Ryan Garcia's mandatory? No. Ryan is Haney's mandatory. Ryan doesn't have mandatories. Haney does. And it's Ryan. Ryan's the interim title holder. See, you gotta watch more boxing. We should Loma fight. Who should Loma fight next? There are a ton of good fights to be made. I think he should go fight at 130. I think, or maybe Devin Haney. or something like that. Maybe Devin Haney. All right, so listen. They say y'all dumb. Teach them in boxing, but yeah, they're. But listen, that's what Black Sun does. They're. So look, hold on. What is the mission now? To be greatest or make great money? Ooh, I don't know who wants to be the king of the hill anymore. Teofimo Lopez. Why everybody's hating on Teofimo? Look at what he's doing. See, that's the funny thing. Everybody's hating on Teofimo Lopez. And Teofimo fought Nakatani, then Richard Comey, then Lomachenko. He has a mandatory with Cambosos, and he's calling out Devin Haney. And everybody is like, oh, he's capping. But he's the only one doing it, bro. Garcia called out Tank Davis. I'm excited about that. But here comes the Manny Pacquiao thing. While everybody's talking junk about Tio, he's almost the only one doing it. No, nobody. That's what I'm saying. People, Canelo too, but definitely Teofimo Lopez. But people get caught up in whatever their agenda is, race or whatever promotional company they're into, or whatever their agenda is. They miss out on what they love about boxing in the first place and who's really doing it. J Body, what up? BK, I'm $20 in. My super chats are lost. J Body, come on, man. I think I got something from Common Men. Just showing love. Thank you for the super chat. Let's go, Common Men. What else we got? In the bank. What else we got? Will Garcia be a bigger star than Canelo if he wins? Sadly, yeah, because Canelo is a better fighter that has given more to the sport. But sadly, yeah, because people are like that. People are like that. All you need to do is, like I said, it's just like music. You can look at somebody, you can look at somebody. I brought up Britney Spears before. You can look at somebody and be like, look, J-Lo. I love J-Lo to death, but she can't really sing. I love her to death though. She's dope. You know what I mean? You can make a star, but somebody who really got that talent in singing, they kind of fall in the way. That's how we are. That's human nature. Human nature. Did you get a chance to watch the Aleem and Fulton fights from last weekend? Not yet. Showtime did their thing with that card. Django, Skywalker, not yet. I didn't watch him yet. I know who won the fights, but I haven't watched him yet. She cannot sing. but she's a beast. She's a beast, but yeah. Showbiz be sniffing out the rookies. Thanks for teaching us. I'll sit quietly and take my notes. My man, hit the Tyson bell. But listen. I'm excited about Anthony AJ Joshua versus Tyson Fury. Eddie Hearn said AJ will knock out Fury. That's a tough call. I want to ask you guys, that's a tough call. I don't think AJ will knock him out. AJ is one hell of a fighter right now, though. AJ is one hell of a fighter right now. Honestly, I mean his power on top of his technique right now. AJ's one hell of a fighter. My problem is Fury is so awkward. And his IQ is beautiful. Look, let me tell you something about Fury's IQ. Okay? What Fury did to Deontay Wilder, that second fight, is all IQ. What Fury did, how he survived the Otto Wallin fight with the cut, that it should have been stopped. That's all IQ. Oh, Jay! You mother... Jay! Okay. You mother... King Kong! What's up, Biz? Did you get a chance to watch the Making of Anthony Joshua episodes on the Zone? Really good. I'm about to check that out. Thanks so much for the super chat. What's up with Common Man? Did Common Man send something else? Oh, okay. No, it is not showing. Now, in the bank. That's all IQ. That's all IQ. Now, I'm gonna say this though. I'm gonna say this. Did you hear what Charlo said? Hey, did y'all hear what Charlo said on his live? Bro, you didn't hear it? Hey, yep. Hey, Charlo said, they asked Charlo, hey, thinking Charlo was going to agree with them. Showbiz, you missed my super chat. Rod Brown, my bad. Let me find you, Rod. Let me find you before I say what I have to say. I'll find you, Rod. I'll find you, Rod. Why does it seem like Haney is the one calling out Garcia when it should be the other way around? Yeah, it should be the other way around. Yeah, it's just that Garcia versus Tank Davis is a fight I want to watch though. Like I'm fine. But yeah, it should be the other way around. But here's why it's not the other way around. Because Haney's belt is useless. Will Garcia be a bigger star than Canelo? Hold on. I think I lost Rod a long time ago. Let me find Rod Brown's super chat. I think when everybody like super chat me around the same time, or maybe Rod didn't send it. I can't find it, Rod. Or maybe I just read somebody else's and that's what it. So look, Charlo, this is Charlo spar Wilder then. Don't get emotional. Don't get butthurt. They asked Charlo, do you think Tyson Fury cheated? He said, nah. I think Tyson Fury just whooped his ass. You want to know why he said that? Because it's true. You want to know why Charlo said that? Because it's true. Let me tell you something. I keep telling you guys, I'm a big fan of the Charlos, bro. They speak their truth with all of the gumption. I have no problem when people just be pissed and be speaking how they feel. That's why I love Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson would sit there and tell you, like, dude, you're a piece of shit. Tyson would tell you, you're a piece of shit, bro. Like, no. He'll interrupt you. No. You're a piece of shit. That's Charlo. Charlo, it looked like he about to cry. He'd be like, man, I can't take a loss. At least I know how you really feel. I always appreciated people who didn't just try to keep themselves composed. Look at me. I'm never composed. So I can always relate to somebody who shows how they feel. I love that. And Charlo was like, no. Fury just whooped his ass. And the more you accept that, the better Wilder's gonna be. Emotional people be honest as hell, don't they? The more you accept that, the better off Wilder's going to be. Nice shirt, Biz. Oh, yeah, that's busr.com right there. Go to busr.com/showbiz and place your bets on your favorite fights, man. Caleb Plant versus Caleb Truex. That fight is this weekend. I'll be calling that fight. Place a bet on that fight. Caleb Plant's going to murder the guy. Caleb Plant's going to kick his ass, bro. The more Wilder accepts that, you mean. Yeah. Well, hold on. Yes, I don't just mean that. I mean the fans, too. The fans had Wilder when Wilder said, your king is here. Your king, in his head, he's a narcissist. In his head, he's the king. All of his followers was like, they chanted you, and it made him say egg-shaped form. Bro, if everybody just accept, hey, man, that was an ass whooping, Wilder. It was an ass whooping. The more Wilder can move on and not feel that he has to cap for the people he's a king of. You feel me? Think about it. If the people he's a king of can say, hey, you're still our king. If you take an ass whooping, it's okay. Then he'll be like, oh, bet. He would have never said, egg-shaped form, autopsy. He would have never done that if the people he was a king of was just like, hey, man, hey, Wilder, it's good, man. Get back out there. He would have been like, bet. I promise you. I promise you. Because, like I said, when you look at his argument, it's just a bunch of stuff that everybody else, and he didn't even know their argument. That's why the finger went through the glove and tickled my ear. And he didn't even know he doesn't even know all the capping. He can't even cap right. He doesn't know. I'm telling you, man. New member, boy. My man, D-Style Boxing. Biz, the question is, how is Yildirim Canelo's mandatory? Yildirim last fight was a loss, and that was 2 years ago. Because David Benavidez. So how did that go? I think how that went was how did that go? I think David Benavidez fought Darrell, right? Something like that. But then David Benavidez, his belt got stripped. And Yildirim, it either failed to Yildirim, or how did that go? Or Yildirim had to fight Darrell and he beat Darrell. How did that go? It makes sense, though. It's kind of like, oh, no. Darrell beat Yildirim to become the mandatory. David Benavidez beat Darrell, but then got his title stripped. So with Darrell's not fighting, being inactive, and David Benavidez not having a belt, the mandatory fell to Yildirim. Then it fell to a natural spot. That's what happened. That's what happened. It went something like that. But it makes sense. It actually makes sense why Yildirim is the mandatory. It actually makes sense. That is bull, Showbiz. Well, why? It makes sense. Who should be the mandatory? Darrell? Who should be the mandatory? Darrell? I mean, Yildirim been the mandatory. Cap. Isn't that what happened? He hasn't won in 3 years. I don't. Well, didn't talk to the WBC, but from my understanding, that's how it happened. Yeah, it went like that. That's not how it happened. How did it happen? You got it, Showbiz. Yeah. No, David shouldn't. David, this is another thing. Before we get back on egg-shaped form, and I know we're going over a little bit, but this is another thing. People are going hard for David Benavidez. I love David too, but why are people going hard for? Let me ask you this: Why do people want David Benavidez to get the chance? He should be fighting Canelo. Why? I thought you skipped mandatories with the franchise. What happened? Because Canelo isn't a franchise champion at super middleweight. He's the one. He's not the franchise champion. The franchise title. The rules been changed on that. I don't know if you've been following the rules, but he's not he's only the franchise champion at 160. 168, he fought Callum Smith for the title, the full-time title. He's a full-time champion, which has mandatories. Why do people want David? So hold on. Let me get this straight. Canelo Alvarez failed one drug test in clenbuterol. He failed one drug test in clenbuterol, took a second test and passed, and was suspended for 3 months. But y'all giving David Benavidez praise when he's on booger sugar and failed twice and then missed weight? Which one is it? Are y'all for clean boxing or not? I'm so confused. I'm just asking the fans. Why are you guys how do you do that? How do you get so hyped up? Yes, we're pro David. He's the man. Full booger sugar twice and then miss weight unprofessionally. David. Canelo Alvarez fails for clenbuterol once ever, only one failure, but passes the second time, but still gets suspended for 3 months, and he's Canelo. But how do y'all do that? This man said Coke doesn't help you perform. Ask the Dallas Cowboys champ. This man, Bro, Coke definitely help you perform. What are you talking about? What are you talking? Have you ever fought a cokehead? It's a time. Thanks for the super chat. Have you ever seen a baseball player on Coke? The ball's coming. It's coming. Bam! Out the park. Y'all tripping. This man said a crackhead. Coke is better. Coke is more pure. Y'all crazy. David, man, sitting there missing the scale, missing the weight, totally unprofessional. David. Look, I'm just asking y'all this. I'm just asking y'all. Tyson Fury, see, that's another point. Before I say that, I'm just asking y'all this. I just want y'all to be consistent, okay? Just like I get on Tyson Fury for being on Booger Sugar. And regardless of how many of you think that I'm capping real hard and fanboying for Wilder saved Tyson Fury's career. You can say whatever you want. If you're a Tyson Fury fan, thank you, Wilder. That dude was on Booger Sugar and obese. If he didn't have that great fight with Wilder, never had that opportunity, he wouldn't be America's champion. He came to America and everybody's like, he came calling him the next Ali. He ain't get that type of hype until Wilder gave him that platform. Did he deserve it? Not over AJ. No, not over AJ. And that's why I said, man, Wilder is insane because Fury may just whoop your ass. Go back to the archives, bro, to my old videos. I'm like, man, Fury may get busy on Wilder, bro. That's crazy. Showbiz, even now you missed my chat. Nothing but love. I love your show. Much love to you, Rod. Man, I missed it. I'm sorry about that, bro. You have to be on my side of things and see. I'm trying my best, man. It's just, but I love you guys being here in the war room. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Benavidez needs to work his way back up. I don't know why he keeps talking about Caleb and Canelo fight. Boy, 100%. Baseball. Yo, Biz, the franchise belt isn't a real title. It's a designation, though. So how is Haney belt useless? All the greats had it. Well, King, listen. It's just like the Super WBA title. It's an elevation, all right? Now, you can say all the greats had it all you want, but I'm telling you, King, the way King Nat 666, the way I've said it before, you can want all you want. The WBC titles are handed, created, and controlled by the WBC. So if the WBC say that Teofimo Lopez is undisputed because the franchise WBC title is the title, then that's the one. And when you want to talk about which title has the integrity, the franchise title came from the man who beat the man. Who did Haney beat? So the real champion, if you want to talk about what has the most integrity on it, would be the franchise title right now, because Teofimo Lopez beat Lomachenko, who beat Luke Campbell for the vacant title. So you, at one side of everyone's mouth, they put weight on the belts. The other side of everyone's mouths, they don't. So what I like to follow is who beat who for what. Haney ain't beat Jack. I love Haney to death skillfully. He ain't beat a damn thing. If you want to talk about who should be considered champion, Teofimo Lopez for sure. For sure. Who should be? It'll be a huge injustice if Teofimo Lopez beats Lomachenko, who beat Luke Campbell. Haney is just handed a belt, and we're like, Haney, we got to stop being like that. Just like Booger Sugar, and then you sitting and you missing weight. David, stop. If you want to talk about integrity and what should be valued, Teofimo Lopez should be considered champion. Your intro always make me hype. Keep it up. My man, hit the Tyson bell. It is what it is. People are so they don't know when to be to have value, when to be surface, when to have layers. People just don't know. You got to be consistent, man, regardless of who you love or who you hate or what your race is or what your, political background is. Like, try to just be as unbiased as possible. 100%. Booger sugar on my shirt. Funny. Man, people mess around. People think I'm on booger sugar. That'll do nothing but ruin my brand. People have made videos saying that I'm on booger sugar. You're not right on this one, Biz. How not? How not? How not? Who did Haney beat to be champion? How about this? How about this? Haney's your champion. You love Haney. That's your champion. This is what I say about it. I don't like the way the WBC went about it. But when it comes to warriors fighting warriors, Teofimo Lopez is the best warrior. So I'm happy he's undisputed. That's me. If you want to go on what can be measured, okay, I don't like the way the WBC handled it. Vacated the title to Haney and then elevated franchise champion. Didn't know if said that the franchise champion can't be won, and then Lomachenko loses it to Teofimo Lopez. No, I don't like the way the WBC handled it. But when it comes to me looking at warriors fight warriors, who's the best is Teofimo Lopez. He proved it in the ring. Devin Haney, his best win was an old Gamboa. So if you ask me, when the WBC say, hey, Teofimo Lopez is undisputed, I'm like, bet. Because I'm about what happens in the ring. That's me. You can love who you love. You love Haney, he's your champion. He's your champion. Fine. Me, he beat Nakatani, beat Kome, beat Lomachenko, undisputed. That's me. You, Haney, handed the belt, beat an old ass Gamboa. That's your champion. That's you. Boxing gets boring and then fun, then boring, then fun. Just makes the best. It's fun. Biz, what do you think of tennis? Gotta look into it. Facts on paper. All right, look, Biz. Hold on, ShowBizz in the bank. 100% hit the Tyson bell. Now look. Hold on. ShowBizz, T.O. old school. That's what I love about him. Yeah, me too. I love him more if he fights Devin Haney. Because if he fights Devin Haney, all gets cleared up. He got to fight in the bank. So I'm going to say this. I'm going to get back to this. This is how I'm going to finish it. We had a good time in the war room. Did you guys have fun? Cap or yes? Let me know if you had fun, man. Hit me with a cap or hit me with a yes if y'all have fun or not. ShowBizz versus Chris Brown in the fight we need. Yeah, man. Chris got them hands, but come on, dog. I got you, Chris. I got you, Playboy. Chris is probably up in here like. Canelo actually failed 2 tests, widely reported. Okay. Yes. All right. So look, let's talk about this. Let's talk about this at the very end. Eddie Hearn is captain. I got Tyson Fury. No. It's a good fight, but I'm looking at it close. And when I put money on it, I'm going to put my money on busr.com/showbiz. The fight is going on this summer, so it's pretty much a wrap. Okay, they sent contracts to each other in the bank. They sent the contracts out, so they're going to start signing. It's about to be a signed deal. Okay, so it's over. The fight's going to happen. I'm going to go to busr.com/showbiz. I'm going to place my bet on Fury by decision. Yeah, I got Fury by decision. Everybody, let me know right now who you got, Fury or AJ. And then that's how we're going to leave this out. I'm going to read a few of you guys, what you got to say. Always fun. Yeah, absolutely. So much fun. Go to busr.com/showbiz. The link is in the war room right now. Floyd was smart. He used an IV. I love the war room, dog. AJ, KO, Fury. Why is it the exhibition fight and then are both active fighters? Yeah, Quentin, we were just talking about that. That's terrible. Fury by decision. AJ. I got Showbiz second round knockout. Love talking about Floyd. Funny. AJ fan. AJ hit the bag. Oh yeah, I'm gonna have a live stream of me hitting the bag in a minute. Jake, Showbiz, don't, man, it was so much fun. New video tomorrow, of course. It's going to be a shoot the jab video. Thank you guys for showing up for this one. Share it definitely. And the good thing about Manny Pacquiao taking on Ryan Garcia is that the No Fear Trunks, autograph trunks, busr.com will be sponsoring that giveaway. So everybody, if you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button. You're going to have an opportunity to win Manny Pacquiao autograph trunks. Autographed gloves, I'm not giving those out unless I'm betting against the guy that the gloves I'm giving. Everybody know, if you know the history of me giving away boxing gloves, autographed boxing gloves, and what happened. So anytime I give away an autographed boxing glove, bet against that dude. Ryan's a punk for Duncan. I don't know how he dunked him. He dunked Davis. So entertaining today. Thanks, Biz. T.O. is champ. Sorry, Devin. 25 fights. What you been doing? I'm out. Huh. Oh my God, that was fantastic. Great live stream.